Welcome everybody back to the channel. Today I want to go over some numbers about my mobile detailing business and how much money I have made. From the start of me, even before my mobile detailing setup, when I was just showing up to people, to like friends and family's houses, of just literally pulling up with my pressure washer, using their power to go ahead and get some, at least to make a little bit of money back from the setup and the stuff and the cost of some of the stuff I've bought, right? So I'm gonna go over those numbers. I'm gonna go over how much I've made in total until this day, literally from today, and how much money I've made in August, how much money I've made so far in September, and then all the numbers together. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about that. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I am new to detailing, right? Into the mobile detailing world, into like learning about all these chemicals and products, and I'm kind of fairly new into the detailing world. I've been maybe into it for like the last 3-4 months, I would say. I've been like heavily watching videos, reviews, products, testing stuff out myself, and just literally hands-on. I would say like 3 months. So I think it's cool. I'm very open, honest. I like to see videos like this because I'm a big YouTube fan. I love watching YouTube videos, and I would have liked to see something like this where someone were to go document their journey from the start of them detailing to like however the progress, right, in 3 to 5 years. Who knows where I'll be from now till then, but I would have personally liked to see this. So that's why I'm making this video for those. If you're interested in something, there's a ton of people out there that are interested in the same thing. So that's why I just document this whole progress, whether it's my first time polishing, whether it's my first time doing a paint correction, ceramic coating. I think a lot of people can benefit from that. One, from getting inspired. Two, from being, realizing like, hey, anybody can do it. It doesn't really matter what tools you have. I use a Bauer. Some people use Rupes. Some people use Flex. It doesn't really matter. You just got to go out there and try things. So that's the reason why I'm making making videos like these. I want to make product reviews. I want to make chemicals and whatever I can. Right. I just love testing stuff out. I love YouTube. I'm just a big YouTube fan, really. So So I basically make content that I think other people that I would want to see. So it's kind of like for me, but also helping other people out that are interested in the same thing as me. So let's get started. I got my notebook here. I went through all my old pictures and videos of cars that I did. Because you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot a lot of these cars. I ended up having to rewrite. I wrote down a total of number of how much I made, and I look back at the pictures like, wait, I forgot about that car. Oh, I forgot about this car. So yeah, a ton of stuff I had to go back and see, but here we go. Let's get started. So how much money did I make from my first month of mobile detailing? I want to go ahead and talk about the money I made before my setup. If you guys haven't seen that video, go check that out. Now, how much money did I make before my setup when I just showed up using power, my friends and family's power and water? I made $320, and that is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different cars. $7 cars, $320. If you do the average, it's like, I don't even know what that is. Less than $50 a car, right? Just about under $50 a car. And it's because, I'm kind of like, I guess to the start, let me just get at least $30, wash your car, $30. I was doing it inside and out, taking me 3 hours, and I was getting $30. And my brother would help me out sometimes, so we ended up splitting it. So I'm not really making a ton of money, right? I'm just trying to get started. That's my whole thing, is I wanted to start knocking out as many cars as for my friends and family that I could before I really start promoting myself, because I want to make sure that I did a good job, right? I want to make sure that I know what I'm doing. I can handle, certain things like, okay, how do we knock out dog hair? How do we knock out, whatever kind of thing, right? Whatever, you got to just go through these experiences and start making sure that I knew how to wash and detail a car inside and out. So that's why, that's why I was charging really cheap. And it's my friends and family. They're kind of just supporting me, and then I'm giving them a hookup, right? So I'm sure plenty of people out there can, say they've done the same thing. So $320 before I got my setup. Now, after I got my setup, and this is where I really, really took a big leap, because I started really hustling it, right? I got my whole setup set up in my car. And then I got some business cards printed out from Vistaprint. I think I ordered like 1,000 of them for like $70, $72. It was insane. $13 of shipping was crazy. I don't know, for some paper, but whatever, man. You live and you learn. But $70 for 1,000 cards. As soon as I got them, that Friday, I think it was like a day or two later, that Friday night, I think it was like from 5 to like 8:30, I walked around my whole neighborhood dropping off business cards. And I got 2 neighbors to actually call me and were interested in getting a detail. So one house, I did 2 cars. I made $100. And then my other neighbor I did 4 cars for $120 because I was doing a discount where the more cars basically the more cars, the more discount you get, right? So I'm trying to hook up all the neighbors. I'm trying to do a good job. I'm trying to, make sure they help me out and drop me some reviews on Google. I'm really just trying to build up, right? At this point, I'm trying to get anybody I can to just, hey, let me detail your car. Let me record some videos so I can post some content on my Instagram and grow my following and, take off, right? That's what I'm trying to do. So ended up getting 2 neighbors. And that was really great for them to support me. And, I think the cars really came out really, really good. And actually one of them, they actually called me, I think it was last week, to retouch, I guess like a maintenance wash on their car. So, and the inside as well. But yeah, so for the month of August, guys, I have it all calculated right here. For the month of August, I made $915. That's not how much I obviously took. That's how much I made from all the cars that I've washed, right? But a lot of these were also split between me and my brother. So I'm just going to tell you guys the number, not how much I actually. This is just the number, right? So $915 is how much money I made in August. Now, that is a lot of. If you really think about like the amount of cars I did, I don't know how many cars I did in that month of August, right? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 different transactions, right? 9 different times I got paid. I wrote it down. But some of those places I've done 2 or 3 cars. Some of those I've only done 1. So it's kind of like something like that, right? So I made $915 in the month of August. So from those two, so in the month of August, $915, and then my mobile detailing setup, before I got my setup, it was $320. So what is that? $1,235. That's how much I made basically from August and before I got my setup, right? So yeah, honestly, it was crazy. I mean, to think I made $915 is pretty wild. But I also did take a class in August that was $300. So I did have to, use that $300 cash to pay for the class. I ended up having to just pay it. So it's kind of crazy when you start talking about like how much money I've made, but then like how much money I spent on gas for my car, gas for my tank, water tank, getting that filled up in the cost, and then buying some, products and that kind of thing too. So I don't have how much I've spent on like my whole setup. If you guys want me to do a whole in-depth detail of, everything that cost me in there, then I'll do it. I'll pull out the receipts and have to do all the numbers and stuff like that, because it's a lot of like Home Depot, Amazon, and like Harbor Freight. So yeah, if you guys want to see that video, let me know. If it gets enough support, enough comments, then maybe I'll drop that. I'll make that video on another day. But in the month of August, $915, that is basically a lot of friends and family, a lot of referrals from family, and then I actually got a referral from one of my neighbors. One of their friends wanted a car detailed as well, and then hopefully we get. She said that she might get her husband's truck washed or detailed as well. So hopefully we get that call soon, because that'd be really nice. Because I haven't done a truck yet. I haven't done a truck yet. No, I lied. I did a Tacoma. I lied. I have done a truck. But yeah. So how many cars was it? I think I said 9, right? So it was 9 different like locations. So I would say it's a total of like 13, 14 cars. So yeah, I mean, honestly, a really crazy. Let me tell you. I gotta tell you guys a really crazy story. It has to do with this and why. Oh, actually, no, I lied. It's in September. So 9/15 in August. Now it's September. Now that today's September 11th, and in the month of September, it's actually crazy. I've already made $807, but it's because of one specific weekend why I really made this much money, and it's because Bimmer Invasion was just last weekend that just passed, September 5th or 6th, I can't remember. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, actually, what day was it? The 12th tomorrow? So it was the 5th. September 5th, Saturday, was Bimmer Invasion at 1 p.m. Very important to know, right? 1 p.m. Bimmer Invasion. I had never heard of Bimmer Invasion until 2 days prior, okay? Because I follow MJ Detail, another YouTuber, YouTubing detailer, but also I just got a possible, I think I got a text message from another possible client. But yes, so I heard of Bimmer Invasion because of MJ Detail. I follow him on Instagram. You guys don't know who that is, check him out. and he was like getting ready for Bimmer Invasion. I was like, what the heck is Bimmer Invasion? And then I clicked on it, saw like it was like a BMW festival, and they're having it in Los Angeles, and it's actually like in 15 minutes away from my house, which is kind of crazy. And I was like, wait, this is like, I have never heard of this. I was like, somehow I have to like somehow know people so I can detail their BMWs while they go to the festival, whether it's maybe just the exterior wash, whatever. I wanted to be a part of it, right? And I'm like, how do I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the venue on Saturday and just try to hand out business cards and try to network and connect with people, right? So I basically, this is kind of like a crazy, like, just, you got to just shoot your shot, right? So I'm coming home from the gym. On my way home from the gym, I stop by 7-Eleven to go get me like a protein bar, protein shake, whatever, after the gym. And as I pull into the parking lot of 7-Eleven, I see some guy with this Supra with this super big spoiler, and I'm like, and he's taking pictures and photos. Like, some other guy's taking pictures of his car. He's just standing outside. And I'm like, okay, this guy's got to be somebody, or like whatever, right? And I'm like, I'm there, like I'm in my car, right? I have my mobile detailing set up. Like, I'm just thinking about, I'm gonna pull up on him and like, hey, what's up, bro? Like, I do mobile detailing. If you're interested, like, here's my business card. Check me out, right? So I pull up and I'm like, hey man, I like your car. I just stopped by because I like the look of your car. I like the Supra. I saw the really big spoiler. I was like, let me come say what's up. I'm a mobile detailer. If you're at all interested, I can hand you my business card. And then it was two guys and then one of the photographers. So the two guys looked at each other and were like, whoa, that's so crazy, bro. We were just looking for a mobile detailer because we're here for Bimmer Invasion. And then I was like, wow, like, what are the odds that they're from Massachusetts. Shout out to a Slow Supra on Instagram. Check him out. He's the one with the crazy super build. And yeah, I met him, met his friend Ken, and then met their photographer Alex. And then I met all three of them, and they're all there. They all flew in from Massachusetts, and they shipped over their cars, or they put them on a truck and sent them over from Massachusetts. So there's a Supra, and one of their friends that was actually part of the Bimmer Invasion festival, and inside the actual venue was a M3 F80, and it was a super nice, like, green. It's like they don't make it like that. He had to have got it. He got it painted, but a really nice. If you guys want to see all the cars I did, check out my Instagram. I'll link it down below as well. You guys can check out the Supra, the BMW, and then the other two. We'll get to that in a second, but yeah. So basically, I did their two cars 2 days later. It was like Friday afternoon after work. I stopped by their Airbnb right down the street as well from my house, and I just started knocking out the BMW. I knocked out the Supra, and yeah, it was a really cool experience. Like, just the random timing, you just gotta, like, shoot your shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and I just said, I got nothing to lose. Let me just go ask him if he's interested. Little did I know they're there for Bimmer Invasion. I just found out about it 2 days before, so I thought that was a cool story to mention. Just, you never know. You're basically going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So make sure you go ahead and take that shot. You just never know, right? So I don't know, you call it luck, call it whatever, right? And it was just a crazy moment. But yeah, so it was really cool to meet them. Some of the nicest cars I've ever detailed. So that was really cool. And then from that, it was that same night after I got done with the Supra. They left because they had to drop off the BMW at 6 p.m. because it had to be in the show ready for tomorrow, the next day at, I think it was like 9 a.m. I think technically it starts for VIP access. So they had to get it in the show the night before in the venue. So it was already like 5, they left, whatever, right? So I get home, I'm tired, I take off my boots, I'm taking off my pants, ring, ring, ring. Some guy calls me and he says, hey man, I'm at the hotel right here by the Bimmer Invasion event, right, for tomorrow. And I looked you up on Google. I found you on Google Maps, and then he just calls me, and he's like, yeah, bro, I wanted to see if I can get my car, like, just to the exterior wash. Like, I don't know how much you would charge. And I was like, at this point, I was like, dang, I'm really tired, but I was like, you know what? I got to take advantage of the opportunity. This is really cool. I wanted to be a part of Bimmer Festival and some Bimmer Invasion in some sort. So I'm like, you know what? And I also had no water in my tank. So he's like, hey, bro, I told him I just got done. So he's like, hey, I know you just got done. You probably, like, packing up or whatever. So, I mean, if it's easier for you, I can pull up on you. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, I sent him the address to my detail shop, filled up water, and then I ended up meeting him at the detail shop and knocked out his car and just did an extra wash. It took me like 45 minutes. It was a really nice M4 or M3. yeah, it was an M3 competition. It was really nice, really nice car. I think it was like 2024. It was really nice. All black. I have some of those pictures again on Instagram, or actually I don't have that one on Instagram, but yeah, it was at night, so it was like my first like nighttime detail. I had to pull out the headlamp and everything, so it was kind of funny, but it was cool. I got it done, and he liked the job. So shout out to I think it's KCore J on Instagram, something like that. But yeah, shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. Hopefully everything's doing good in Vegas. And then he reposted me on his story that night. And then his friend was coming down from Vegas the next morning, and then ended up doing his friend's car that next morning at like 9 a.m. And I have a video of that on Instagram if you want to check that out. But yeah, that weekend was really cool, man. I'm not gonna lie, it was really cool. Just the timing of Bimmer Invasion, and people needed their car detailed. So that was really cool that I got the opportunity to knock out like 4 pretty insane cars. So that was cool for me, and just a cool experience. So that's kind of my first little introduction to Bimmer Invasion. And I didn't get to go to Bimmer Invasion because I did have a client at like 11 a.m. that next day. So yeah, so anyways, man, that was a really cool, fun weekend. And yeah, August, $915. And now September, $807. All right, and we're only 11 days into September. Hopefully we get a few more clients, this month. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, man, I mean, honestly, it's been fun. So here's the numbers, right, for the grand total, right? I have made a grand total of $2,297. It's kind of a weird number because basically this guy was one of the M4s. I don't know, Zelle wasn't working and it wasn't going through, so he just gave me all the money he had cash. It was like $22, but then the $50 went through later, and he ended up giving me $72. So yeah, that's why that's like a really random number. But yeah, basically $2,300 I've made so far in about, I think the first picture I ever took was like June. It was like mid-June. It was something like that, right? So I've made a grand total of $2,300 so far in mobile detailing. Now, I will tell you straight up, my setup costs more than that probably. With all the chemicals and products and everything I bought, I mean, it's got to be around $3,500 probably that I spent in my detailing setup. With all the chemicals and all this stuff, I've spent a lot of money for sure. So I haven't even made my money back on everything I've spent so far. So I'm still in the negative, but I feel like I'm in the positive. Look at that, man. You got to change. It's all about the mindset. You got to be positive like that, right? Sometimes. But yeah, guys, I mean, I've made $2,300 so far. In the month of August, I made $915. In the month of September, I made $807. I literally could have just said that in the beginning of the video and you guys would have clicked off. But I want to go ahead and just, I'm just like I would have liked a conversation like this, being open and honest, and little stories like that, I think are cool. So yeah, hopefully, this shows some like motivations. Hopefully you guys can, appreciate the honesty and my open bookness, literally. My open notebook is of, what it is I've done. I have all the cars I've done, all the amount of money per car and the tips and all that stuff. So I have it all. And yeah, it's kind of crazy to think that I've made that much. Now, again, a lot of these jobs I did do with my brother and I just split it with him. So how much money did I actually take home? I don't know. I don't know because that's very hard to remember each car and how much I split it. And that's just I don't have all that, right? So maybe let's call it, I don't know, 2,300, but I've probably done more without him than with him. So I'm gonna say like 1,600, maybe 1,500, and then I spent $300 on the PNS training class, and then obviously like all the soaps and chemicals and all that, and the setup it cost me. So yeah, I'm definitely still in the negative, but hopefully September picks up, October. This is my first ever detailing in the summer, detailing in the winter. My first ever full year going through all this. So I'm going to see all the ups and downs, the slow months and all that. I'm going to see all that, but I'm going to also be recording a lot of content for you guys, and hopefully you guys can support me on the YouTube side of things, right? And yeah, if you guys have any questions or any future video ideas you guys want me to make, let me know in the comments down below. If you guys want to see make or have me do the setup video, how much I spent on everything, I can do that. It's going to be a very long time for me in the back end to figure out everything. But I can do that if you guys really want to see it. A few product reviews I still have to do. The Cerakote trim, you guys can see it back there. I have the pro kits of a lot of the stuff, the Cerakote stuff. I'm a big fan of them. The Cerakote trim. I have Josh's hot coat, which I bought a while ago. I just haven't actually recorded or made a review yet. And I'm gonna do those two in like this on the same van. And then I have another thing I wanted to review as well. I'm thinking about buying one of those little soap things, right? The little soap foam cannons. I might buy one of those, but I will have to wait for that. Oh, also ceramic coating part 2. My first ever paint correction / ceramic coating. I need to do the part 2 of that video. I haven't done it yet. I apologize. I still got to do that. But yeah, I got to do that. And I want to review Detail Co's ceramic coating, thick. I bought it when on the Labor Day sale. It was buy one get one free. So I had bought one thick ceramic coating, 5-year ceramic coating, and you get one free. So 2 ceramic coatings for $75. I feel like that was worth it. Yeah, especially if I'm gonna start doing the ceramic coating, because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that's obviously for sure where the money's at in the detailing world, for sure. Those and like full details where you make the most bang for your buck. You know, the regular like standard details and stuff like that are cool. There's not really a ton of profit margins on those jobs. But again, any business tips, anything you guys want to help me out, support, I mean, let it all in the comments down below. If you guys want to see more like openness of this, like behind the scenes stuff of like my business, whatever, let me know. I can do another update in like 6 months down the line, stuff like that. And then we'll do like a year update. And then we'll go on and on and on, right? So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, leave a like. If you haven't already, dirty cars, clean money, man. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Adios.